The Ghanaian High Commission staff dies after abduction assault in Abuja. You know, when it comes to, let me explain more about embassy, because some persons don't understand what it means by someone in a diplomatic mission or an embassy. An embassy is a country in another country. And that is why the Ghanaian embassy in Nigeria, military cannot enter it, Nigerian police cannot enter it, DSS cannot enter it, because that place is not a Nigerian territory. That place is Ghanaian territory. And the same thing, Nigerian embassy in Ghana, Nigerian embassy in Germany, in America, in Italy, that place, no German, American, or Italian police can invade the Nigerian embassy there, because that place, that territory is in Nigeria. So nobody has right over it. Now, I'm trying to explain this for you people to understand the implication of someone in a diplomatic mission, a staff of Ghanaian embassy. She was abducted in Abuja. She was assaulted, all kind of thing was, leveled against her. And at the end, the worst thing here is that she did not live to tell her story. She has passed on, she's dead, and it is rising tension on how incompetence, lack of, character and unseriousness has led to, the level of insecurity we have in Nigeria. Now, who abducted this Ghanaian staff? Who killed her? Let the security operative do something? No, never, they can't. No information available to give Ghanaians. Before you know now, they will say Nigeria should leave Ghana. Nigerians, everybody leave Ghana. The Ghanaians will not take it lightly. This is going to cause a diplomatic tension and a diplomatic problem. That in Abuja, a Ghanaian staff was abducted and at the end they killed her. It doesn't make sense.
Hey, Abuja, for today I don't carry my eyes and ears, see and hear something way past my power. Oh my God. Chai, this is a very sad moment, not just for the family of this very woman, but for Ghanaians. What sort of nonsense is this? Why? Nigerians, why? Should I say bandits? Why? Or what would I even say? Kidnappers? Why? Why all of this? Let's watch and hear more information about how she was being kidnapped and all. Let's get right into it and I'll be right back. Let's watch.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. Today is Tuesday, the 8th day of July 2025. How many of you remember this video or watched this video when I posted it about the American consulate in Nigeria warning their citizens that Abuja is not safe? That happened a few weeks after one explosion occurred in Abuja Park. And after that, the Nigerian government replied as usual. And this is what the presidency said, that Abuja is safe, that Nigeria is capable of gathering intelligence, that foreigners who are diplomats and the people in general in Abuja are really safe, that the Nigerian security operatives are capable of handling insecurity matters in Abuja. You see, pride goes before a downfall. As insecurity is ravaging Nigeria, if someone should tell you that Abuja is not safe, you should not reply by telling the person that Abuja is safe. At least, you're supposed to know the data that led to the conclusion of that organization or consulate, American consulate. The reason why I'm saying it is that right from that time, the American government, informed her citizens of the insecurity in Abuja. Have seen a lot of deaths, a lot of kidnapping going on in Abuja. And the one that is trending now is that the Ghanaian High Commission staff dies after abduction assault in Abuja. You know, when it comes to, let me explain more about embassy, because some persons don't understand what it means by someone in a diplomatic mission or an embassy. An embassy is a country in another country. And that is why the Ghanaian embassy in Nigeria, military cannot enter it, Nigerian police cannot enter it, DSS cannot enter it, because that place is not a Nigerian territory. That place is Ghanaian territory. And the same thing, Nigerian embassy in Ghana, Nigerian embassy in Germany, in America, in Italy, that place, no German, American, or Italian police can invade the Nigerian embassy there, because that place, that territory is in Nigeria. So nobody has right over it. Now, I'm trying to explain this for you people to understand the implication of someone in a diplomatic mission, a staff of Ghanaian embassy. She was abducted in Abuja. She was assaulted, all kind of thing was, leveled against her. And at the end, the worst thing here is that she did not live to tell her story. She She has passed on, she's dead, and it is rising tension on how incompetence, lack of character, and unseriousness has led to the level of insecurity we have in Nigeria. Now, who abducted this Ghanaian staff? Who killed her? Let the security operative do something? No, never, they can't. No information available to give Ghanaians. Before you know now, they will say Nigeria should leave Ghana. Nigerians, everybody leave Ghana. The Ghanaians will not take it lightly. This is going to cause a diplomatic tension and a diplomatic problem. That in Abuja, a Ghanaian staff was abducted and at the end they killed her. It doesn't make sense. Now, let us understand more on what transpired with this article that reads that Ghanaian High Commission staff dies after abduction assault in Abuja. And it reads, a staff member of Ghanaian High Commission in Abuja identified as Ms. Freda Anong has died after allegedly being abducted and assaulted under suspicious circumstances in Abuja. The incident reportedly occurred on the evening of July 1st, 2025, around 7 p.m. when Ms. Anag boarded a commercial taxi heading towards Transcorp Junction in the Federal Capital Territory. Unknown to her, the vehicle was already occupied by 4 unidentified men. According to the Ghanaian High Commission, the taxi diverted from the intended route shortly after departure. Hours after, the victim was discovered in critical condition along Airport Road by a Good Samaritan, who promptly transported her to the National Hospital in Abuja. A security source, Zagazola Makama, disclosed that a Good Samaritan discovered the victim and quickly took her to the National Hospital in Abuja for emergency treatment. However, despite medical efforts, she was pronounced dead at approximately 1:52 p.m. on July 7 due to several injuries sustained during the attack. That was yesterday. She passed on. Let's continue to understand what happened. Makama added that the remains of the deceased diplomat had been deposited at the hospital mortuary for autopsy and preservation. He further stated that detectives from the FCT Command's Criminal Investigation Department have launched an investigation into the incident with efforts ongoing to identify and arrest those responsible. The diplomatic community in Abuja has expressed deep concern over the incident and is closely following the investigation. Ms. Anong was remembered by her colleagues as a dedicated and compassionate individual. Her ultimate death has left staff at High Commission and her loved ones in deep mourning, Makama added. Alright, this is the end of the article. Do you really understand the threat ahead of so many people? Why we keep on deceiving ourselves, why we keep on playing. The reason why I don't play with issue of insecurity, people don't understand. It can happen to anyone. Get that statement correct. It can happen to anyone. I mean, including you watching me. I know a lot of persons will say, God forbid, but God approving the deaths of people that are being killed every day? Like the 70 vigilantes ambushed yesterday? Like the 10 killed and houses raised down in Plateau State? And so on and so forth? Is God approving it? No. So, the reason why insecurity should not be toyed with is because it can be anybody. It could be your father, your mother, your sister, anybody can be a victim. So when we are talking about issue of insecurity, that is why it's not good people should bring sentiment into it. It is dangerous. It is dangerous. And if you understand, if you have been following me, if you understand the reason why I usually criticize the government about insecurity situation is because if Nigeria have, for example, about 700,000 policemen, 500,000 policemen are taxed to politicians, big men, and their girlfriends and families. You see the problem? They have security details. They are not worried about what is going on. They have bulletproof car. In addition to policemen all around them. This is dangerous. So they are not interested. Even though they see the news, they will tell you, let them go. That is number one. Number two is that the government complicity. There is no government that sponsors security against her people and survive. No, it can't. Members of the Tinubu's Executive Council has been accused of sponsoring terrorists. The House of Senate has been accused some of their members have been accused of sponsoring terrorism. So Nigerians play with all these things. We don't think about the dangers ahead of us.
tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá.
The Yoruba indigene.
Mo fẹ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀.
I want to talk to you all.
Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tí ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀.
And I want you to listen and accept what I'm about to say.
Mo náà ti bà abúlé yín, wọ́n ti gbà tán.
I said they are already usurping you from your villages all over Yoruba State.
Ní Ogun State.
In Ogun State.
Ọ̀ṣun State.
Osun State.
Ondo State.
Ondo State.
Anambra State.
Even Anambra
Gbogbo
State.
àwọn ilẹ̀ Igbo wọ̀nyẹn.
Even the Igbo lands as well.
Làwọn wọ̀nyí ti wọ̀.
People are already entering those places.
Tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ti gba gbogbo ẹ̀.
And they're already overtaking you people in your various states.
Èyí tá à ń sọ yìí sí.
What we are saying right now,
Kì í ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn o.
this is not about religion.
Christian.
Whether you're a Christian
Muslim.
or you're a Muslim,
Àwa tájọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá.
and we are Yoruba traditional worshippers,
Àsìkò tá a gbọ́dọ̀ kó ẹ̀sìn wa papọ̀ nìyí.
this is time we must band together
Láti jà fún àwọn ilẹ̀ bàbá wa.
to fight for our father's land so that they don't overtake us in
Ẹ
it.
má jẹ́ kán fi ẹ̀sìn gba ilẹ̀ wa o.
Don't let them use religion take over our land.
Gbogbo abúlé tó ń gbà l'Ondo State yẹn.
All those villages they've taken over in Ondo State,
Wọ́n pa Muslim, wọ́n pa Christian.
when they wanted to kill, they killed Christian and Muslim alike.
Ilẹ̀ náà ń jà fún kì í ṣe ẹ̀sìn.
They are fighting for the land, they are not fighting for religion.
Ẹ̀sìn náà kàn gbá wọlé o.
They are just coming through the lens of
So mo
religion.
sọ fún yẹn ọmọ Yorùbá.
But I'm telling you all Yoruba
Ẹ múra o.
people, please be prepared.
Gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà.
Nigerians at
Ẹ
large,
múra dáadáa.
please be well prepared
Kọ́ má bàa gba ilẹ̀ yín o.
so that they don't take you away from your father's
Mo wá pé
land.
gbogbo àwọn lọ́balọ́ba.
And calling onto the royalties in Yoruba
Ọọ̀ni
land.
of Ifẹ̀.
The Oni of Ife, the Imperial Majesty.
Kábíyèsí kádé pẹ́ lórí rẹ̀.
Kabiesi, we greet you, sir.
Ẹ dá sí o.
Please talk about this.
Aláàfin tuntun tó ṣẹ̀ jẹ ẹ dá sí
The
o.
new Alaafin, please talk
Ẹ̀yin
about
ọba
this.
Ondo
All
ẹ dá sí o.
the kings in Ondo State,
Ẹ̀yin ọba Ọ̀ṣun Ọ̀yọ́ Lagos State ẹ dá
the
sí o.
kings in Lagos, Oyo, Osun, please talk about this.
Tógun yẹn bá wọlé tán.
Because when the war overwhelms us,
Apá ò ní ká o.
we will not be able to do anything about it.
Èmi mo rẹ́dí ogun o.
Personally, I'm ready for
Mo
war.
sọ fún ìjọ kìnìún àná mo ní kẹ́ dira.
I told you the last time that you should fortify
Àwọn
yourself.
kan sọ pé báwo ni pastors máa sọ pé
Some
èèyàn
people
dira.
will say, why will a pastor utter that kind of statement?
Ẹ lọ dira o.
Please go and fortify
Tó
yourself.
bá yá màá gbé Báìbù mi sílẹ̀.
Because when war comes, I will drop my Bible.
Màá jà fún ìlú bàbá mi.
I will go and fight for my father's
Tó pé
land.
ìgbà wo ni Christian dé Nàìjíríà?
When did Christianity come into Nigeria?
1842
It came in 1842.
ló ṣẹ̀ dé Nàìjíríà.
That was when it came in.
Ẹni àkọ́kọ́ tó máa kó Báìbù jọ.
And the first person to compile the Bible,
Williams lorúkọ ẹ̀.
his name is Williams.
Wọ́n pa ní on the 6th
They killed him on the 6th,
1536.
1536.
Wọ́n dáná sun.
They burnt him. He was
Ẹ tún gbé
lynched.
Báìbù tá à ń kà yìí.
The person that compiled the Bible for
So
us.
ẹ má jà fi ẹ̀sìn bọ inú afẹ́jà fúnlẹ̀ bàbá
So
wa.
don't let us put religion into our culture or for fight for our father's
Màá
land.
dira.
I will fortify
Màá
myself
síwájú ogun.
and I'll be a leader.
Wọ́n tó lè dira fún ènìyàn.
And if you can fortify people,
Máa bọ̀.
fortify
A
them.
máa dira, a máa jagun náà.
We will fight that war.
Màá gbé Báìbù sílẹ̀.
I will drop my Bible
Nítorí ilẹ̀ bàbá mi.
because of my father's land.
Ṣé Bíbélì sọ?
Because the Bible says it.
Hébérù 6 verse 1.
Hebrews 6 verse
Ó ní ká
1.
fi ẹ̀kọ́ Kristi tì
It says,
náà.
set aside the teachings of
Ká ṣe
Christ
pípé.
and let us do what is
Ẹ jẹ́
complete.
àkọ́kọ́ fi ti Kristi tì
We
náà.
will now put it
Ká
aside.
lọ jà fúnlẹ̀ bàbá wa.
Let's fight for our father's
Ká
land.
máa sọ pé kí Jésù ràn wá lọ́wọ́.
And we tell Jesus to help us.
Kó ràn wá lọ́wọ́.
To help us in the war for our father's land.
Ohun tá a máa ṣe nìyẹn o.
That's what we are going to do.
Nígbà tó mú Jésù Kristi.
When Jesus was caught,
Ọmọlẹ́yìn ẹ̀kọ́ fa ìdáyọ.
a disciple drew out his sword.
À ń pè ní Pétérù.
His name is Peter.
Ó bẹ́ etí ẹnìkan sílẹ̀.
He cut off the ear of one of the soldiers.
Ó bẹ́ etí ẹ̀
He
sílẹ̀.
cut off the ear of one of the
Jésù ní
soldiers.
rárá.
Jesus said,
Tí
no,
ti idà rẹ̀ bọnú àkọ̀.
keep your sword back in the shirt.
Jésù ní tó bá yá o.
That when the time comes,
Ẹni tó ní aṣọ kó lọ tà á.
if you have a cloth, go and sell it.
Ẹ tó ní bàtà kó lọ tà á.
When the time comes, if you have sandal, you will sell
Ẹ lọ
it.
sí Luke 22.
Go
kí
to
lọ kà
Luke
á.
22.
So ẹ má filẹ̀ bàbá yìí sílẹ̀ o.
Please don't leave the things of your father and the land of your
Christian sọ
father.
pé kí n má jà fún bàbá mi.
Christianity does not stop me from fighting for my
So
father's
ìwọ náà
rights.
má wòran ọwọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá.
So if you're a Yoruba indigene, don't just
Ẹ má
fold your
jẹ́ kó wá
hands.
gbalẹ̀ bàbá wa lọ́wọ́ wa.
Don't let them take over our father's land from us.
Ọlọ́run á fún wa ṣe o.
God will help us.
Alálẹ̀ bàbá wa
Our ancestors
á fún wa ṣe o.
would help us.
Now we'll be the one to suffer. We that are in Ghana will be the one to suffer for what we do not know anything about because it happened in Nigeria. It happened in Nigeria. Right now, I'm even teary. Well, what sort of thing is this? Someone is running away from this same thing, thinking I'm going to live a very peaceful and comfortable life here in Ghana, but the way at which Nigerians, all these kidnappers are doing there, they're implicating me even as of now. I carry my leg, leave Nigeria. I'm in Ghana right now, but they are still following me. What kind of thing is this? And the Ghanaians have right to send Nigerians back to their country because of our bad character. That's just it, guys. Why would you kill a human being? Why would you do that? Why would you humiliate somebody that way? And I believe somebody knows, like somebody very close to that woman knows what's up. If not, why would they just carry her randomly? These people, sometimes they have information about that very person. Really, this is very sad. It is very sad. I want to use this medium to apologize to Ghanaians, the whole of Ghana, and the family of this very woman. I know it's very hard. It is very hard. You know, if you've never lost anybody, then you will not know how painful it is, especially when the person is being humiliated. This is very sad. But I just want to say we are so sorry. Like, we, the innocent Nigerians, especially living in Ghana, we are so sorry. It's not our fault that it happened. It's not our fault. This to let us know that Nigeria is not safe. I kept saying it on this channel, but you guys don't want to understand. Still, Ghanaians are trooping in and out of Nigeria. See, this is Abuja, capital territory of Nigeria, and this happened to this very woman. She is not just a normal person, an ambassador to Ghana. I see this as a disrespect. Like, why? They trusted Nigeria. That's why she didn't even care to walk around with security. That's because she have trust for Abuja. But look at what they did to her in Abuja. Now, who will go to Nigeria? Who even cares? Who even cares? We kept telling you, don't go to Nigeria. Don't go. We are the ones from Nigeria. We know what is happening, especially northern part of Nigeria. We know what is happening. And now all those bandits, they are going around like all over Nigeria. It's not just the north that they are executing their plans. Now they are going all around, like all part of Nigeria. They are there. See, nobody is safe in that country. The only thing I will tell Ghanaians is that please don't go to Nigeria for now. Relax, okay? Nowhere is safe. Nowhere is safe in Nigeria. I hope you guys will understand now as this thing happened. Right now, I'm in pain. I'm in pain right now. I'm in pain. So I think I've come to the end of my video. See you in another one. Bye.